about this Kendrick Lamar Drake response. I'm going to give y'all a couple of minutes to get in here. There's a couple of things that I want to say. We're going to talk a little bit about Diddy. I want to know what y'all because apparently Brian Williams, right? That's the dude that decided that he was going to be like, what's her name? Jaguar Wright is a liar, and she also on drugs. I don't trust niggas nowadays that be like, yo, that person's on drugs. Because 9 times out of 10, the person that says that somebody is on drugs is the one that's actually on drugs. So I don't be trusting them motherfuckers. If you're in the industry, the music industry specifically, and you're busy trying to say that another mofo is on drugs, I'm just assuming you the one that's actually on drugs also. Because almost all of these niggas is on drugs, fam. So I just don't trust it. I think that that's just a form of manipulation. Do y'all remember what Dave Chappelle said? I think he said it when he was in the interview with Oprah Winfrey, and he said one of the worst things that you could do is call somebody crazy because it's so dismissive. I'm putting drugs in that category. We've had this conversation before, and like I say, I personally grew up knowing quite a few people who were drug users, but various different drugs, but they were able to keep a job, they were able to pay their bills, they was able to do all of the things that they needed to do. Then there was the other people that were on drugs and they couldn't keep nothing together. So I think that we have to have there has to be a difference that we categorize these people as, because some people are drug users and other people are fiends. I think there's a big difference. That's just my opinion. Put it in the chat how you feel about it. But I do want to know what your favorite line from either Kendrick Lamar or Drake. I want to know what your favorite line is. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to wait for some people to get in here. Please hit that like button as soon as you drop. Please hit that like button so we can send out notifications. You might be the person that didn't get a notification the other day because people didn't hit the like button. So please hit that like button to send out some notifications. And yes, I started that. So if there's anybody else on the internet saying that, they got that from over here, fam. We started that. I had saw a YouTube video and found out that that's the way it worked. This video was like 3 years ago. I'm assuming it still works like that. I haven't seen a video that tells me contrary put up by YouTube yet. So I'm assuming that it still works the same way that when I heard it from that video. So I started that, just so we can be clear. So if you hear anybody else saying that, we started that over here. With that being said, we want to talk about the Drake, the Kendrick Lamar response to Drake. I have a lot to say. I have quite a few things to say about that. I want to know what your favorite line is. But I would like to start this show off talking about something a little bit more serious than Kendrick Lamar. I mean, you can't get more serious than Drake, I guess. I mean, Diddy, pardon me. What's going on with Diddy is extremely serious. But so I do want to start this show off by speaking about something a little bit more serious, and then we're going to double back around to Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And that is the situations that's going on at these colleges. I dropped a video the other day. Go check it out. A lot of people checked out the short. They didn't necessarily check out the video. A lot of people checked out the short. I got to start directing people to the video a little bit better. We're working on that. So there's a couple of things that I want to say real quick regarding these college situations. I hinted on it during our live last night, but I guess I'll elaborate a little bit further on it today, just because. And that's basically, I believe that these college students are being used. You see, college students are easy to manipulate because they haven't been adults for very long. They're still children. If you're 20 years old, 21 years old, I doubt you've lived long enough in life to know that a lot of adults just lie and manipulate. You might still have that childhood belief that when you became an adult, things would be different. College students are very easy to manipulate. If y'all know anything about history, there was a leader in China called Mao, M-A-O. I don't know how to say his last name. It starts with a Z. And he basically, it was put out how he was using college students out there to usurp the government. And the reason why he chose them, well, because they were easy to manipulate, because they had not been adults very long. They had no life experience. That's why I keep trying to explain. I don't think people, become adults until they're about 25. Because you need a certain level of success. You need a certain level of failure. You need a certain level of just life experience in order to be able to operate like an adult. I think that that's a problem that we currently have going on in America right now, because when I was growing up, a lot of us got tremendous amounts of life experience by the time we hit 25, and that's not happening anymore. Nowadays, we have quite a few people who are in their 30s, and their life experience is like this. They have no real life experience. They've been coddled by the government. They've been isolated into their community. They haven't went nowhere. They haven't done anything. They've had small groups of friends their whole life. They never really went out and accomplished anything. No disrespect intended. They think that they have, though, but they really haven't. I remember being a child, 13, 14, 12, 11, and going and visiting my cousins on the other side of the Bronx. And we would go outside 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a summer, and we don't get home at all. By the way, like at all, because if you came in the house, you had to stay in the house. We don't get home at all until it's getting dark. We don't went outside, did a million different things, hung out in like 6, 7 different neighborhoods. A couple of us almost died. And then we come home laughing. I remember being a child and being, hanging out, at home. I go out. I had a guy, his name was Ernest. He was like kind of like my older brother. He was like a friend of the family. And we would go hang out. I'm like 3, 4 years old, 5 years old, and I go hang out with Ernest, and we in abandoned buildings on this. Like, to me, it was the other side of town, but realistically, it was like 3 blocks over. And it would be flipping on mattresses. They set all of the mattresses up outside, and then I couldn't ride a bike at this point, but they'd be riding bikes, jumping, dangerous shit. So we just had a lot of life experience. I don't think these kids now, especially in the inner city, I don't think they're getting certain experiences. So they don't understand how easy it is to get hurt. They don't understand how easy it is to lose your life. They don't understand any of these things. And I think when you now send these kids off to college, they're so easily manipulated by the people that they believe that they're supposed to have faith in, like their professors. And I think the most important aspect of this is that you got to remember is the Democrat people, like me and you, I'm not talking about the politicians. Democrats voted a Democratic president into office. Many of these positions are held by Democrats, especially in cities like New York City. So these are predominantly liberal places. And they're literally, the liberals are running these colleges because those are the professors. And they're literally getting them to go out there and do things like campaign for the Palestinians. And I'm not against any of that. I'm just against how it's being done. They're going out there and they're convincing these kids to throw their collegiate lives away, put their futures in jeopardy. They're not encouraging them, for the most part, to demonstrate in a productive manner. They're encouraging them to do things like prevent other students that don't agree with them from going to class. They're encouraging them. You don't know what that other person's belief system might be, but that other person might be a Jewish individual. They're encouraging them to go out there and prevent them from going to class. They might agree with you. They might think this war's bullshit also. So this is where the problem is. It's literally, if you're listening to what I'm saying, Democrats fighting other Democrats. I remember Donald Trump saying that the Democratic Party was going to tear America apart and destroy America. And literally right now, on our college campuses, we have Democrats fighting against other Democrats. Just allow for that to envelop you for a moment. Forget about your hate for Donald Trump. Understand that right now, literally in America, we have Democrats, the left, fighting other Democrats, the left, because of decisions that were made by the president who's a Democrat, the left. Just something to be mindful of. I think that those kids that are taking it too far, I think that they need to be held accountable. I think anyone trying to prevent any students from going to class needs to be held accountable. They've just taken over an entire building. That's an occupation. I think that the police need to go in there and arrest their asses. And I think they need to be held accountable. Now, I got one more point that I want to make, and then I want to move on to our actual hip-hop topic, and that's this. We do not live in a democracy. We live in a republic. Know the difference. We don't live the way that our Constitution was set up. It's not majority rules. The way our Constitution was set up, if an idea or a concept or a law hurts one person, it's not supposed to be implemented. Our Constitution is not set up for majority rules. Our Constitution is not set up that way. They're tricking you. That's how they're getting you to give away all of our rights. Our Constitution was not set up majority rules. Our Constitution was set up that if something benefits the 99 but it hurts the 1, we don't do it. Maybe it's a conversation we have later. I don't know. But let's talk about this Kendrick Lamar Drake thing. I want to get back to our hip hop topic real quick. Good. I ran through that fast. So I want to say something, and I want to be clear about this. The first time I heard the Kendrick Lamar response, I heard some of it, and then I turned it off because I was in the middle of something. I didn't know the damn thing was like 8 minutes long. Nobody got time for that. Also, just so we can be clear, Daylight came out. For everybody that don't know, Daylight, that was a dude that he got like these weird face tattoos, weirder than usual. You know, I don't know what's going on with him. I think he was trying to be a Klingon or something. And he's also the dude that was openly saying that he banged Diddy, or he did bang Diddy. If anybody knows about this, it was a couple of years ago. He was like, I want to bang Diddy's. I need the contracts. Or he did bang Diddy. Where's my contract? This guy Daylight's really out there. In any regard. Daylight says that the actual song isn't 8 minutes long. It's like 18 to 19 minutes long. So Kendrick Lamar has a ton of more shit that he was talking about Drake. That leads me to think maybe that's why J. Cole backed out. J. Cole heard, yo, J. Cole, he didn't drop the whole track on you. He got all of these other things that he's going to say. It's terrible. So maybe that's why J. Cole dropped out and was like, pardon me, I heard about some of the things that Kendrick Lamar was going to say and said, you know what? I don't want no parts of this. If you got a favorite Kendrick Lamar line or a favorite Drake line, drop it in the chat. I do want to say this, though, and I want to be clear. I don't want there to be no misconception. So the first time I heard it, I am not a Kendrick Lamar fan. I don't like the way he raps. I'm not saying that his lines, his bars don't be hard. I don't think he has any showmanship. I say that again. I think he's lyrical. I think he's really lyrical. I just don't think he has any showmanship. For anybody that we could think of right now that's a pretty lyrical rapper with no showmanship, Lloyd Banks is lyrical as heck, no showmanship. But I think Kendrick Lamar has more showmanship than Lloyd Banks. Let's just get that clear. Another dude that's lyrical as hell, but not that much showmanship. Joe Budden, lyrical as hell, but he lacks showmanship. I don't think Kendrick Lamar has much showmanship. So the first time I'm listening to his rap, I'm like, it's okay. Until I cut on Instagram and started seeing people take lines out of the rap where I was able to focus on certain things that he was saying. So I want to say this, and I want this to be clear. I don't think this is a battle that Drake is going to win. I think Drake is going to have his ass handed to him. Kendrick Lamar brought up a lot of great points. I'm going to just talk about a couple of them real quick. The first point that he brought up that I thought was absolutely spectacular, Drake doesn't carry himself like a black man. I know his father's black. I personally don't have no problem with him saying the N-word, but many of us New Yorkers don't have real problems with people saying the N-word if you from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even got to be black. If you from the hood, a lot of us New Yorkers don't care. Everybody's a nigga in New York. But Drake doesn't carry himself like a black man at all, and in no way. Drake doesn't carry himself like he from the hood at all, and in no way. Shout out to Motivational Creation. Salute. At all. Drake doesn't carry himself like a black man. Drake doesn't carry himself like a nigga from the hood. Drake doesn't dress like a nigga from the hood. Drake doesn't talk like a nigga from the hood. Drake doesn't, I don't know what the hoods of Toronto sound like. But when I hear niggas in Toronto talk, he don't talk like them. So now, every time I hear your man, Fat Boy, Rick Ross, call him a white boy, that kind of resonates with me now. What part of Drake, and I'm about to say something, what part of Drake lends us to a believe or feel, what part of the nerve and number salute? He said if Drake gets locked up, he's definitely going to play the white card. Dude, he got a song where he basically say, what's homegirl name that's dating a football player and they keep her on the damn big screen every 5 minutes? The white chick with no ass. What's her name? The singer. What's her name? Y'all know her name. She beefing with the Kardashian girl right now. Taylor Swift. Yeah, he got a line where he say Taylor Swift is like a real nigga or some shit like that. He's like, Taylor's the only nigga I know. Hey, what, fam? Fam. I didn't even get to the Kendrick bars yet. Just pay attention. Called a real gangster. Fam, shout out to Frankie. I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna call you Frankie, fam. Shout out to Frankie. Yo. Oh, gangster? That's what he, but in the line he say something about the nigga also, don't he? I'm asking. But then I'm asking. As you can see, I'm not big on Drake. I'm gonna need y'all help with me. I don't really listen to neither one of these artists. I'm gonna need y'all help in here. Appreciate everybody giving me this assistance. The only gangster, fam. He say nigga somewhere in one of those bars attached to that bar, don't he? I'm asking. There's a reason why I'm saying this. Why is he always equating himself to something that's feminine? I got an answer, by the way. I have an actual answer. So this is going somewhere. Why is he always equating himself to something that's feminine? Shout out to everybody that's trying to help me with the bars. Appreciate you guys. Why is he always trying to equate himself to something that's feminine? I'm going to tell you the wildest thing I saw. Why was he at the hospital when Sexy Red was having a baby? The hell that got to do with Drake? Shout out to Sexy Red. Shout out to her child. This ain't about y'all. Why was he at the hospital when Sexy Red was having a baby? Can somebody explain that to me? Did they say, yo, look sexy? We want to record your pregnancies. We want to record your labors over years. And she was like, I don't know how to do no chick voice, but basically she says, I agree if Drake is there. So they said, we're going to get Drake on the line. Is that what happened? Why the hell was Drake there? Anyway, in any regard. Damn, fam, everybody's label mates. I think I need more than that. Oh, you talking about Sexy Red and Drake label mates? So, I'm pretty sure there's more than just. So why weren't all of her label mates there? They just Sexy Red, Drake, and that other chick that was there. Those are the only label mates on that label. If the whole label was there, this wouldn't be a conversation. The reason why I'm pointing this out is this. Pay attention. Reason why I'm pointing this out is this. Why do they keep saying Lil Yachty writes his diss tracks? I believe it, by the way. I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying that's something that's believable. Why are they saying Lil Yachty writes his diss tracks? Nervin Number says you could tell Drake was never cool before fame. A lot of these niggas was never cool before fame. That's why they spent all of their time trying to talk shit about another nigga. Niggas that's always been cool don't talk shit about other people, really. I promise you that. I promise you that. Niggas that's been cool since elementary school, high school, junior high school, shit like that, they do not walk around talking about other people, man. A lot of these niggas was never cool. I promise you. Go think about the niggas that was popular in your elementary school. They didn't walk around talking about people, did they? They was just being. The people that was cool in your junior high school, they wasn't walking around talking shit about nobody, was they? They was just being. right? The people that was cool in your high school, they wasn't walking around talking about people. They would just be it. A lot of these niggas was never cool. That's why they got to talk about cool niggas. Tell me where the lies at. A lot of these niggas was never cool, fam. So I'm not going to shit on Drake for that. That's the point I'm making. A lot of these niggas was never cool. Never. They have no idea what popularity is. That's why they spent all of their time trying to downplay other people and talk shit about other people. Because they think that that's what the cool niggas is doing. You understand? That's what they think the cool niggas is doing. They think the cool niggas is running around doing weirdo shit. The cool niggas ain't. The cool niggas is just being regular, and niggas is looking at them and they feeling away because of their own envy, their own jealousy. You understand what I'm saying? Cool niggas is not thinking about you niggas. I promise you. When a cool nigga got to think about some weirdo ass shit, that shit's upset. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. A lot of these dudes was never cool. Never. So I don't want to shoot at Drake for that. Obviously, Drake was not part of the cool kids. Like, you could tell who's part of the cool kids, man. You could tell. It's not that hard to tell. It's really not that hard to tell. Most of the people that was part of the cool kids, I promise you, they're magnetic and stay to themselves. I promise you. When a nigga that's been part of the cool kids get older, generally them niggas don't even come outside. I promise you. I promise you. So hold on. Yachty writes allegedly. Yachty writes this nigga Drake shit. Why is everybody in the industry saying that if that's not true? If one or two niggas say it, all right. Niggas be jealous. I don't take Kendrick Lamar as a liar, though. Or a jealous nigga. And we all know Yachty's been hanging out with who? We all know Yachty's been hanging out with who? Also, I did not know that who are you saying was label mates? Sexy Red or and Drake or Taylor Swift and Drake? I'm curious. I think he was saying Sexy Red and Drake. I still say you need more. Remember, people was trying to say that was supposed to, they was making jokes. It was like, that's Drake's baby. It might be Drake's baby. What the fuck do we know? I think niggas need to have standards, though. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that. I'm not. I'm just gonna be quiet before I come attacking Sexy Red, and I'm not. But I think that people do need to just have standards, just in general. I think people just niggas. I think you got to look past being horny. I think you have to look towards what are you trying to do with your life. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of dudes that got caught up with either a disease or a baby because they were just trying to bang some broad. Now, you put a baby in her and it's a bad idea. Now your whole life is turned upside down. Or you caught some kind of disease and now your life is turned upside down. And the wild part about that is half of the time you can't even bag some of these broads unless you already got a girl. And she'll be single and won't fuck with you unless some other chick wants you. So women are different. Anyway, so I'm saying all that to say this. And I want to be clear about this. This is not me coming at nobody. I know I talk aggressive. This is not me coming at nobody, but I want to say all that to say this. Be clear. Kendrick Lamar basically said that Drake doesn't write his own stuff. There's good reason to believe that that might be the truth. If that's the truth, can you take Drake's response to anyone seriously? Also, put your favorite Kendrick Lamar or Drake line in the chat. Can you take it seriously? I'm just asking. Can you take anything that Drake says in a battle seriously? Generally, I don't, because I don't think Drake writes his own stuff. But I've been telling y'all that for years. That's neither here nor there. Kendrick Lamar says, fuck Pusha P, Pusha T. Why don't you spin the block on me? Something about get Pusha P. He couldn't even push a T. There's two niggas in rap that I say don't battle. You know, don't even waste your don't get caught up. You know, obviously, but I'm not talking about him. Obviously, don't battle Drake. I mean, Jay-Z. I'm not talking about him. But there's two niggas that don't battle these niggas because it's a bad idea. One is Pusha T, and the other one is freaking Jadakiss. Leave them niggas alone. Don't mention them niggas unless you got something nice to say. Both of them niggas are sitting down somewhere at all times waiting for a nigga to act like he got a problem. Those is not two rappers to go at. Drake tried it, got finished, was told not to respond back. If you remember that, a lot of people act like they don't remember that when Drake finished them. I mean, not pardon me, when Pusha T finished them. The fact that Kendrick put that line in his song means something. The point, the reason why I think this is gonna actually be a close battle has less to do with who has the better bars, and it has more to do with the fact that I don't think Kendrick Lamar has as much. I don't like using the word swag, but I don't think he has as much charisma as Drake. I think Drake's charisma is off the charts. I think it just is. Also, I think Drake does a lot of questionable shit. Like he be at Diddy parties or some shit. I'm not here for men painting their nails. There's nothing that you could tell me and I don't care. I'm not here for that. If you're a man, I don't believe you should be having your nails painted. I don't care what you're talking about. Unless you paint your nails because we're about to go into war and you want to make sure that people can't see your fingertips. That's it. I don't believe that men should be painting their nails. I'm not going to make fun of you about it. It's whatever you want to do, you do. But there's certain things I don't agree with. I think sometimes when Drake be talking, he be talking like he ain't got no, like he got estrogen in him, too much estrogen and not enough testosterone. I'm just saying what it is. I think that these dudes be sounding like your man, Brian Williams. What did y'all, was that dude Brian Williams? What was the name of that dude that was just talking about homegirls a crackhead? And that he never gave Diddy head. He was like, yo, I never gave Diddy head. Who's that dude? He was just at Christopher Williams. Sounding like Christopher Williams, man. Just saying. Christopher Williams was out there basically trying to say he wasn't gay, sounding like all of the gays. Just saying. Somebody put your favorite Kendrick line in the chat. I only have one phone right now because We're not near Wi-Fi, so I only got one phone right now. So I can't go look for anything. Put your favorite Kendrick line in the chat. I would like to know what lines made y'all guys say that he might have won this particular battle. I don't know if he's up. I'm gonna have to listen to Drake's jump off one more time push-ups. I don't know if he's up. I think Drake making the cover art a size 7 shoe thing, I think that was OD. Because basically he's saying that Kendrick got a small Johnson. You understand? Y'all do understand what the joke really is, right? The joke really is him saying that Kendrick got a small Johnson. You do understand that that's what the joke was implying, right? I don't think people understand what the joke was implying. He was basically saying that he a little Johnson nigga. That's what he was. Oh man. What grown man wears a size 7? There are plenty grown men that wear a size 7. I'm just saying that's basically what he was saying, was implying. Anyway. After further review, I do think Kendrick might be up. And so I heard academics trying to shoot down Kendrick's bars. I think he's just dick riding. He probably got paid to do that though. You know what? If he got paid to do, he's just dick riding. You could be getting paid in dick riding. I think he's just dick riding. But he's always been a real big Drake fan, so maybe he's not dick riding. He might really just feel that way. Academics has always been a great. Remember Drake would never respond back to the nigga? He was always like, Drake never gonna respond back to me. He's like just loving Drake. So he's always been a big Drake fan, so he might feel that way. He might like, I'm a big Jordan fan. If you talk shit about Jordan, I'm gonna feel away. You understand what I'm saying? So that might be also the situation. So I don't really want to go at academics for that. He's staying consistent with who he is. But I think Kendrick's bars might have been, a lot of his bars were just absolutely lyrical. And I think if he had a little bit more charisma, I think Drake's career would be over. I think he just lacks the charisma to put it over the top. But to be as lyrical as he is, it's insane. It's insane to be that lyrical. Because, you know, there's a certain level of intelligence that has to come with lyricalness. You cannot be lyrical and not be intelligent. It's basically what it is. Intelligence. So I just think he just lacks the charisma. I think that if he was charismatic, it would have been over. If he was like, had DMX's charisma, Drake would have to just, you know, he have to just quit rap. If Kendrick Lamar had DMX's charisma, Drake would have to quit rap. If he had freaking Naughty by Nature's charisma, those freaking Stretch was one of the most charismatic rappers I've ever heard in my life, and he was lyrical. Explain to me what you don't like about Kendrick's diss. I personally think that the only thing Kendrick was lacking was charisma. I think that his wordplay was insane, especially the he had one line about sheesh. I think his wordplay was insane. I just don't think he has any charisma. He's just not charismatic. But that might just be his LA swag. You know what I'm saying? That might be his LA energy. I don't know. But I just think he's just not charismatic. I think that's why I don't feel him. But he is 100% lyrical. His intelligence he has very high level of intelligence. 100%. But I think his charisma is like, I don't think he's charismatic at all. All right, I'm giving you a second. I'm giving you a second. I'm not rushing you. Obviously, I know this. I just read your name. I'm not gonna say your name out loud. We're not doing that. I'm assuming at some point you're gonna say something disrespectful to me, so I'm not saying your name out loud. Or we're waiting for him. Anybody else? What's that? Oh shoot, I could do highlights like that? Ah, so when I'm about to go off and do some dope shit, I hit that button. Let's go. Or after, I gotta go check it. That's dope. No. Say what you're gonna say. No. I'm looking at your name. I see what your name is. We worship the Lord over here. So I see what your name is. And then you just use the word opinion. So I know you're about to say something crazy. And then insult me. And then pretend like I'm mad at you because of an opinion rather than you're insulting me. I already know you are. So go. Low on bars. Totally disagree. Lightweight work for somebody like Kendrick. That doesn't make any sense. Particularly when you made everyone wait weeks for it. I think the wait-in didn't make any sense either. I agree. I'll say what I agree with, say what I disagree with. Low on bars, I think that you just have no... that could be your comprehension skills. Light work for someone like Kendrick Lamar, I guess. I'm not real versed in Kendrick Lamar's work, but so much. So I'll say that's a push. I guess so. I can't argue with you. Particularly when you made everyone wait for weeks. The waiting for weeks was absolutely insane. I didn't like that much either. Drake has 2 solid disses. He's not even a hard rapper. I don't think that has anything to do with who wins the battle, whether they are a hard rapper or not. I think that you should take a song and then you take another song and then you compare them. You don't. We're comparing songs. We aren't comparing careers, are we? So that doesn't. I don't agree. That doesn't make sense to me. This felt overwhelming. I'm gonna agree. I think it was too long. I think that when you have shorter raps, I think that a diss track only needs to be about 3 to 4 minutes long. If you got anything more than 3 to 4 minutes, I think you lose the people. I do not understand some of the references. I agree. Exactly like I said, it could have to do with comprehension. Like FUBU, Tommy Hilfiger bar. FUBU is black owned, for us, by us. The Tommy Hilfiger bar is Tommy Hilfiger didn't even want us wearing his clothes. He came out and he said it. So that might be a reference to Drake not being part of the black community and Drake out there actually being white, not black. So like I said, you probably have you couldn't comprehend. Frankie says the song was called Euphoria. Drake was the producer of Euphoria. I felt like Kendrick was playing with Drake more of a one shot than anything else. Great comment. I forgot that Drake was a producer on Euphoria. Boom. Shout out to the few. Dude says, my bar on bars is set up pretty hard. Some of the rhyming and the scheme ain't at the top of my opinion. You just admitted that you didn't even understand some of the things that were said. So I don't think we can really take your ability to compare bars, but so seriously, with all due respect. You just said that there's bars that you didn't understand. So how could you compare Kendrick's bars to Drake bars if you don't even understand the things that Kendrick was saying? I need for you to explain that to me before I can take the shit that you're saying seriously, with all due respect, when you speak about bars. Yes, allegedly there's a 19-minute version. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. Allegedly, there's a 19-minute version. That's what Daylight says. What up, Reginald Wilson? I haven't seen you in a while. Salute. He says real rap has double and triple meanings to bars. Exactly. So I think that the dude just doesn't have the comprehension skills, with all due respect, to be able to understand what was being said. And he also admitted that he doesn't understand what was being said, while he's also trying to tell us that one guy's bars was better than the other guy's bars. Does anybody think that makes... I'm not coming for you, but I mean, what do y'all think about the comment that he made? He says that Kendrick's bars, and be polite, he said that Kendrick's bars are not better than Drake's bars, basically, but he also admits to not understanding Kendrick's bars. Anybody want to help me out over here before people try to pretend like I'm attacking this guy? Because you know they love to pretend like I'm attacking people when I'm just making observations. Reginald Wilson said you could feel Kendrick, not Drake. I needed to listen to Kendrick's bars more than once, not to understand them, but in order to get into Kendrick's energy. Drake is single serving. I think Drake used to make classic music. I don't think he makes classic stuff anymore. I think he makes single serving stuff. That's what I think. I think he makes single serving shit, with all due respect. I think before he used to make a lot of classic stuff. I don't think he does that anymore. Frankie says, in that Drake song where he calls Taylor the biggest gangster, Drake said Kendrick better come with some quadruple entendres, some stuff he won't even understand. Frankie, do you think Kendrick came with triple entendres? Quadruple entendres? You think that Kendrick's... I think that the bars was layered. That's what I call it. I call it layering. More than I call it... I'll call it entendres because that's basically what it is, but I call it layering. Drake is bluffing when he trash talking. Kendrick is flexing. Okay. Outside in say Kendrick playing with his food. Top 5 disses of all time. Ether is number 1. Hit 'em Up is number 2. No Vaseline is number 3. Takeover is number 4. And I'm going to say Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em is number 5, because Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em was a Rakim diss going at Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane literally heard Let Rhythm Hit 'Em before it came out, called up Rakim and asked Rakim to take his name out of the song. When a nigga do that, I'm going to say this again for you to understand why Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em is number 5. I'm going to say this again so you can understand why Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em was number 5. Before Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em drop, when it was still being mastered, somebody let Kane, because that's who the song was going after, hear some of it, or Kane got word of it. Kane called up Rakim and asked him, basically begged him to take his name out of the fucking song. Have you ever heard of something like that happening? I'm the arsenal. I got a tiller, lyrics of ammo, rhymes of rhythm, then I'ma give a piano. Let the bulletproof, wear a bulletproof vest, nothing to ricochet. Ready, aim at the brain, not what the trigger say. Temples trifle, felt like a rifle. Massaging melodies might go right through. Simultaneously, like a Uzi, nothing could bruise me. Lyrics let up when ladies say don't lose me. So reload quickly, cause you better hit me. And don't let this feet get with me. You stuck in the 007, better make it snappy. No time to do your hair, baby. Come on. Let the rhythm hit him. He basically talking about anyway. That's neither here nor there. If you want me to say name a couple of more really good diss tracks, Animal by Jadakiss will be up there. Many Men will be up there in the top 10. Like the word mean, it could be used multiple ways in a bar that reads regular. That's a fact. We don't have the same taste, fam. We do not have the same taste. How can we have the same taste and you can't even understand bars? With all due respect, we don't have the same taste. You're just saying that. You put Jada's Problem Child over Jada's Animal? When Jada went at 50 with Animal, that was bananas. 50 just didn't even respond. That nigga, he was like, sometimes you gotta know when to just be quiet. Oh, man. And sometimes you just gotta know when to be quiet. He didn't even respond, fam. 50 didn't even respond. When do you know 50 to shut up? Outside in. When do any of us know 50? When was the last nigga that made 50 shut up, fam? Real motherfucking G's was good. Nail in the Coffin was good also. I don't know why I'm being... Anybody thinks I'm being disrespectful to this dude, or do you think he's being sensitive? Put it in the chat. If you haven't been commenting already, who thinks I'm being disrespectful to this dude? Who thinks he's just being sensitive, trying to figure out a way that I'm... You know he's saying I'm being disrespectful to him because I'm not saying that he's like me. You do understand that, right? You do understand I have to agree that me and him are the same. That's the only way I'm not being disrespectful. You do know that, right? Kendrick sound like the guy warning someone about the smoke. Oh, you messed up. So it's Animal, right? I think shut that nigga up, fam. He shut him up. 50 sometimes you gotta know when to be quiet. 50 heard Animal and said, you know what? I got better things to do. I'm not gonna be playing with this guy. I'm not gonna be playing with this guy, man. I told you, dude. I told you that dude was gonna do exactly what he did, didn't I? He was gonna pretend like I was insulting him. I told you. He's about to say something crazy in a minute, so I gotta kick him. So I'll just wait. He's gonna do it any second now. He's about to do it any second now. He's any second now. He's about to do it. As just so we could be clear, 50 and 50 are 50 and 50. 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 50 and Why is there only one person in here that thinks that we have to agree or disagree and we can't just have a conversation? Do you understand why these people, you know how annoying that is? Anyway, who you got up? Who y'all got up? Drake or freaking Kendrick Lamar? Put it in the chat. I want to know who y'all got up. Drake or Kendrick Lamar? I want to know who y'all got up. Drake or Kendrick Lamar? He said it's a friendly fade. I want to know who y'all got up. Drake or Kendrick? Kendrick Lamar basically said that Drake is out here trying to be a bad bitch. And I've been thinking that for years now. The nigga stayed with all of the rainbow shit on. Look, Drake stayed with all of the rainbow shit on. I'm not saying he's not banging these broads, but every time we see Drake with a broad, he's trying to like, what do girls call it when you eat, like you take the pic, oh, that person ate. So every time Drake takes a picture, he's trying to like outdo the women he's in the picture with. Like, what the hell, fam? Reginald says, see how Cold World recognized squash it, real recognize real. I feel Kendrick has better balls, but Drake is going to win ultimately. I think Drake has more charisma. I think charismatic-wise, charisma-wise, I think Drake just absolutely is over Kendrick Lamar, just so we can be clear. But Kendrick's bars were just... How am I listening to the same bar 3 times and I'm getting 3 different... like there's 3 different emotions, 3 different feelings, 3 different recognitions of the same damn bar. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what you ultimately want to do. I'm going to tell you why I consider Rakim the best rapper of all time. There's songs that I heard Rakim write that I heard Rakim do. And so I'm in the 80s, so I'm young, and I enjoyed the bar. And then I get a little bit older, and I get a little bit more wise, a little bit more worldly. So now the bar means something else. And then I get older, and I hear the same damn bar, and it means something else. That's talent. 1 second. That's what I want to see these dudes doing. That's talent. That's work. Shoot, I got a mute button. I got to hit the mute button. That's talent. That's work. That's talent. That's work. And thank you to all of y'all guys that just come in here and talk and don't make it like you have to agree with me or I have to agree with you. Because those is like the worst people to have a conversation with. Sometimes we just talking, fam. You know how terrible it is to have a conversation with somebody where people feel like you have to agree with them or they have to agree with you and they're trying to find ways that they agree with you or this. That's too exhausting. Don't nobody want to do that. That's not how adults communicate. Rakim did that on purpose, double and triple meanings. Fam, I write like that to this day. So that's talent. That's skill. That's greatness. I think Kendrick is doing that. I don't think Drake is doing it on the same level. So I think you're going to like who you like because of what resonates with you. So when somebody says they think that Drake won and they think Kendrick lost, that's because Drake's style, energy, charisma, bars, what he's saying, it resonates with you. And who the hell am I to say that it shouldn't? This isn't a right or wrong. It's not a right or wrong. No matter what dude in the chat was trying to make it sound like, this isn't a right or wrong. It's what resonates with you. Think about it like this. How many of us still buy Kraft macaroni, buy Kraft cheese from the store? Even after we found out that shit is not real cheese. We still buy that shit because it resonates with us. Even though we know that shit is not real cheese. Outside in said, he said, I make music that electrify him. You make music that pacify him. I could double down on that line, but spare you the time. That's random acts of kindness. Sheesh. Come on, can I get some more lines in the chat? Can y'all put some more Drake or also, didn't I say put your favorite Drake or K Dot line in the chat? Why didn't dude that came in here and said that Drake won? So you couldn't just put one Drake line in the chat? You're just here to argue. You're just here trying to figure out how you could argue with me and make it seem like I'm trying to not allow for you to have a voice. No, I understand what you was doing. Look, this is nothing to do with anything. Look at this comment. I want y'all to read his comment so y'all can understand that these niggas is slow. Now that was an insult. Because I just stated a thing and you still in here using opinion. Trying to make us have an adversarial conversation rather than just build. We not the same thing. That's all. We not the same. People like outside in, we're we more similar, right? You could tell by the comments. Reginald Wilson, we're more similar, right? You could tell by the comments. The few, maybe, I don't know. Right? You could tell by the comments. Me and you are, all right? Just be yourself, fam. Just be yourself. You don't have to say, I'm being myself every 5 minutes, because that just sounds fake. Reginald says, Kendrick is just playing around. I heard dudes like Kendrick, J. Cole, Lupe Fiasco, and Royce. Yep, absolutely. Every name that you just fucking said right there, these niggas is scholars. They need to come out with a song with all of them on it called Scholars. Why not? Lupe Fiasco is another dude I don't think nobody should fuck around with. He's going to kill you with bars. But like I said, I think Jadakiss and Pusha T is the two scariest rappers that you could go against, period. They have the intelligence and the ferocity. And everything Jada say, he be on. Jada still be outside on the corner chilling. Look, he's still trying to ask me questions so I could compare something so he could then have an adversarial conversation with me. Niggas is just slow. Those dudes I named have degrees from college. I told you what they should do. They should drop a song called Scholars. Or an album. Do a freaking album together and call that shit Scholars. Who thinks Drake should respond back? Who thinks Drake should respond back? Who thinks Drake should not respond back? I have no idea about any of that stuff. And also, college is not a thing. Is college in? Fuck with you. I thought the line that he said was super witty. I'm gonna tell you what line. I can't see the dude that's sending me shit on Instagram like crazy. I can't check it right now. You think that what you saying that I'm assuming you're saying the first L was to Pusha T. You saying that he has to respond so he could hold this second L. That's what I'm assuming you're saying. Correct? Because Pusha T finished him. That was Pusha T did him so dirty that freaking your man who's dude from Houston? My finger's still broke. My finger's still messed up. Who's dude from Houston? Who that gangster from Houston that had to tell Pusha T to leave it alone? He was like, I told Drake not to respond. The gangster nigga from Houston. What's his name? I forget his name. Salute though, no disrespect. It just escapes me at the moment. Jay Prince. Jay Prince was like, nah, you can't respond. Because Jay Prince probably said to him, like, yo, look, man, I got money invested in you. You about to destroy your whole name responding back to this guy. My favorite is not a bar, but when Kendrick says in the middle of bars, copy. Kendrick has a bar. Fuck, it escaped me at the moment because I was busy making jokes. Escaped me at the moment. Put your favorite Kendrick bar in the chat. Come on, let's go. Or Drake bar. How a nigga gonna say Drake won the battle, but he can't even put one good Drake bar in the chat? Pay attention, man. These niggas just be wanting to argue. Y'all notice there's only one person in the chat trying to argue with me. Everybody else is having a nice conversation. I appreciate y'all. Y'all voices are heard. I appreciate y'all coming in here just letting your voice be heard and not trying to figure out a way to create a controversy. Appreciate you. I love it when we have adults in the room. Hey, we got 44 people in here. Can we hit that like button, send out some notifications? I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to remember the Kendrick bar I was just thinking about. Oh, when Kendrick basically said that because he said it's not a, you know how they was like Drake is going 50 on 1 or some stupid shit, 20 on 1 or whatever. And Kendrick was like, nah, it's really a 1 on 20 because dude has multiple. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing I was thinking at the same time. Open, outside in. Yeah, he was like it in a 20v1 to 1v20 because he got niggas that write for him. That was hard, fam. Oh, it sounds like baby, but Kendrick is saying Aubrey. Oh, nah, man. A closer inspection. I think Kendrick this might be a landslide. I think Drake is somewhere where his writers trying to figure it out. The next Kendrick diss, he should also shoot at his writers. Just being honest with you. Shoot at everybody in the car. Tell me where the lie at. Kendrick's next diss, if Drake responds, Kendrick's next diss, he should be shooting at everybody in the car. Who agree with me? Now that's an agree-disagree thing. Who agrees with me? I think he should shoot at everybody in the car. Because they know who helping him write. They know who his main writer is, Yachty. They know who helping him write. I think Kendrick should shoot at everybody in the car. Right back. The Fuses can't lie when Kendrick ended it with, "We don't want to hear you say bigger no more." I mean, I'm from New York City. In New York City, everybody say the N-word. The N-word is like, it means so many different things. Everybody using it. Right? And now I'm looking at Drake and I'm saying, he might be right. Drake probably needs to stop using the N-word. And the reason being has nothing to do with how black he is or isn't. It's how he carry himself. Drake is hanging out, generally speaking, with all of the Caucasians. He's hanging out basically in circles where N-words don't exist. He's not even hanging out with niggas. Like, how would we feel if Carlton ran around saying the N-word? It wouldn't feel right, right? And we know we could look at Carlton and say he black. But if Carlton ran around saying the N-word, we'll be like, I don't know if I'm feeling this. Same energy. But from a nigga that don't even look as black as Carlton. Does that make sense? Not asking you to agree or disagree. I'm asking, does it make sense? Because I don't know how comfortable I would feel. Like, if Carlton said it once or twice, it'd be like, oh, but if Carlton was just walking around saying the N-word like crazy, it'd be like, I don't know about that. I still think Chris Brown dropped the best diss track. I think Chris Brown's diss track was better than both of their diss tracks. And the reason why I think it is because it was to the point, it was hard, and it was short. That all those words came out. I prefer diss tracks that are not a million hours long. I want the diss track to be within 3 to 4 minutes, and I want you to murder them, and then I want you to get up out of there. I think that's what Chris Brown basically did. It wasn't a really, really long diss track. He murdered him, then he got up out of there. Tyson Garcia says, every time Drake says the N-word, he feels guilty inside. It kind of, he should though, right? Hey, if anybody is enjoying the show, you can pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. He should though, right? Y'all been, I just want to stop the show for a minute. Y'all have been exceptional the last couple of days in the comment section. With the comments. Somebody the other day asked me about a Tonight Show. I'm thinking about maybe bringing it back. If y'all guys are gonna comment like this when I go live, I might bring back the Tonight Show. But that's double layered. I need participation, not just definitely need the participation in the chat, but I need to see those likes going up, and I need to see people enjoying what we're doing over here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I need to see that. So y'all people that want the Tonight Show to come back, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button also. And when I'm saying things or we're doing things and you're enjoying yourself, you could pull up to the Cash App, the Super Chat, and or the PayPal. All of these things is what encourages productive motion on the channel. If I'm constantly in here and I'm feeling like people are not enjoying what we're doing, you know, there's no incentive to you, if that makes any sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like we're having a beautiful conversation today. We've only had one person that came in that's obviously trying to disrupt and cause craziness. But the rest of y'all, whenever they coming in here trying to do the bullshit, the rest of y'all commenting, and there's no and y'all keeping the chat going. So that's always a good thing. That's always the shit that encourages me to do more lives, encourages me to make the lives last longer. That's encouraging shit. So for the people who like what we're doing over here, I'm not talking about the people that just want to criticize. It is what it is. I'm not talking about the people that don't like what we're doing. It is what it is. I'm talking about the people that like what we're doing. Whenever you're doing anything that is showing your appreciation of the page, that makes me want to do more content and, you know, find more things to do. We have to branch out and do more and new things. We're going to start doing stuff. I was talking to one of our supporters the other day. They was like, yo, Frost, we need to have more different types of shows too. I agree. We're going to work on that. I need to get a new mic. Before we head back outside, I need to get a new, clip-on mic before we head outside, so we can have better audio. So they are, because the other one broke. We had one that broke, and I'm not walking around carrying this mic with me, so that's not happening. And I wouldn't be able to hook it to the phone anyway, so no consequence. So we're working towards things, and shout out to everybody that helps, that likes the channel and, you know, come through and they're being productive rather than destructive. Shout out to those people. Let's get back to what we're doing. The feud says, yeah, Chris Brown was short and sweet. I like the short diss tracks. When I write a diss, Drake's about to spit hot yarmulkes. When I write a diss, I prefer for it to be short. Like I got a song, I got to write a track I wrote called where it goes. It's not you don't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. I'm exclusive. I leave you on ease, so be easy. Niggas ruthless. I'm a winner. Always been a champion. You on the lose list. Your face red cause slapping bitch ass niggas is the new movement. Woo! I do this. The niggas you came with ashamed. Your whole crew pissed. I'm the black dragon of the sky. Call me toothless. I'm nasty with it. I loogie on the mic. I do this to radiate and feel the spectrum of the electrum. I can't explain it, but I feel like I could retcon your whole collection. Like, you understand? Like, it's only like 3 or 4 more bars after that. But that's what I mean. I want short, hard lines. You understand? I don't want you to be rapping for 20 minutes. But that's my preference. You know, everybody has their own preference. And I think people are confusing preference with opinion. And that's another reason why when people come in here and be like, that's my opinion. It's not your opinion. It's your preference. You understand what I'm saying? I think you're confusing preference with opinion. You understand what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I be like, niggas don't even, that's why I don't be wanting to engage. You understand what I'm saying? Because then I got to explain things to you, and then it's going to be insulting, and then you're going to feel like I'm insulting you, when in reality, I'm just teaching you. No, I've been talking about the Chris Brown jump off. The Chris Brown absolutely fucking murked him. When people wish Quavo was dead instead, that line was crazy. That line was crazy. I wrote that rap to go at somebody, by the way. It's somebody in the industry. Just so we can be clear. I'll give you a hint who it was. They're an activist. So yeah. Fam, I rap. I'm not just up here talking. That's why when people are like, I'm not just up here talking. I'm just saying. I'm not saying who it is. I'm not saying who it is, so I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with any names. I just heard the individual reference me one day without saying my name, and I got more pissed off that they didn't say my name than that they were referencing me. So I just wrote a real quick jump off. I was fine with them referencing me because they were wrong. At least I believed them to be wrong on the thing that they were talking about. So I was fine with them referencing me about something I believed that I was right about. Just didn't feel like, nigga. Why y'all think I be so calm when people be talking about hip hop? And I be like, half of the niggas that come in here and try to tell me, like, no disrespect. So whoever we're gonna talk about something that happened today. No disrespect. I'm not coming for you. How can somebody tell me that they think that somebody else has better bars when they don't even understand bars? Does that make sense? Like, you don't even understand bars, but you're gonna tell me that that guy's bars is better than that guy's bars. Tell me about how much you prefer that guy's bars to that guy's bars. That you can do. But you can't tell me that that guy's bars is better than that guy's bars if you don't even understand it. But you can tell me that you prefer. That makes sense. I don't think people understand how the English language goes. You understand what I'm saying? I'm Zen-like, so hen-like, flow like wind, move white like Tommy, no ghost right, up, out, the shadow till death do us, divorce rights. Okay. I know I didn't say that with the correct cadence, just so we could be clear. Fam, I rap. Fam, this is not me trying to, I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm not doing that. But I'm blessed. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. I'm blessed. God has set me aside at many points in my life so I can work on different things and become better at different things. I have a lot of different talents. A lot, not just a few, not just a couple. God has set me aside from the rest of the world at many points in my life where I then was able to acquire different talents and skills and work on them. I am blessed. There's many things that I can do. I am blessed. I don't feel a need to be around people. I'd rather work on myself. Just say it. I'd rather work on myself. Dude says, my son, haven't heard that name in a while. Because they got you to vote for fucking Biden and Biden ain't doing shit. So them niggas got to stay low. Why? Somebody said my son name. I'm not talking about the rap. Fuck the rap stuff. Because I'm not saying that was about him or anything. I'm not doing that because we're not doing that. But I do want to make a point. Just because we say it, just because somebody put his name in the chat for whatever the reason is. I do want to make a point. Black people are still being killed by the police. Why aren't these niggas out there going to these different towns and bringing awareness to all of the black people that are still being murdered by the police? Put it in the chat. Reginald Wilson says money grab. I'm going to tell you what I believe it to be. I don't know this to be the truth, but I tell you what I believe it to be. Because the people who are paying for them to get on those flights, the people who are paying for them to go to these places and do these things, they have no need to do that for them right now because the guy that they want as president is president. So they're not calling them up saying, yo, we got a thing we want you to go to. So you trying to tell me that these dudes was only pulling up when people were paying them? That's the only time they was pulling up. So that's why we don't talk about them no more, because I'm not going to stay over here tearing down our brothers and sisters every day. I'm not going to do that. So I don't really got nothing good to say to add to anything negative I might have to say. So I prefer just not to talk about them. But I told y'all that this was going to happen. I told y'all after Biden got into office, them niggas was going to disappear because Biden isn't going to do any of the shit that they were promising us that Biden was going to do. I told y'all that. If anybody remembers us having this conversation, please put it in the chat. But I told y'all that. I said, when Biden wins, these niggas is going to go disappear. There's only going to be two things. Basically, I said there's only going to be two things they're going to be able to do because they're supposed to be activists for the black community. They're going to either have to call Biden out on his bullshit or they're going to have to go disappear. Because Biden isn't going to be doing anything to help black people. And shit is just going to get worse. Now, they live in New York City. How much terrible crime is going on in New York City right now with the migrants? They don't even got to get on a fucking boat. They don't have to get on a plane. They don't got to go anywhere. They could just stay in the fucking city and do their job. Where are they? Put me on the game. Tell me what I'm saying that's wrong. We got people that love to criticize every word that come out of my mouth. Pull up in the chat. Tell me what I'm saying that's wrong. We got people that spend every single day of their life trying to figure out how they could attack me. Tell me what I'm saying that's wrong. We got one of them in the chat. Where you at, homie? You've been trying to get me to take one side or the other just so you can say the other thing. I'm taking a side on something. Where are you? Come state your opinion. I'm here. Tell me what I'm saying is wrong. You're the current plant. They can't even look. I said, tell me what I'm saying that's wrong. And I didn't say, we're not even talking about Biden. We're talking about my son and them not speaking out for the people. Do you understand how this works? He has to now try to change the conversation so he can move it to something that he could be right about. instead of just talking about the thing that we're already talking about. Get it? So these dudes, my son and them and their agency or whatever you want to call them, I told y'all that this was going to happen. Yes, I just said the agency or whatever you want to call them. My son isn't even a middleman, fam. He's not even a middleman. My son is low on the rung. Low on the rung. All right? No disrespect to him. But I'm sorry, you can't be out here acting like you're an activist when the city that you live in is being torn apart. And the whole reason why you can't come out and say anything, the whole reason why you can't come out and say anything is because you can't speak against Democrats. You can't speak against the fucking agenda that pays you. Stop saying you work for the people. We're not even talking about how well my son can rap. Once again, changing the subject. And just so we could be clear, before anybody say that I have some kind of bias against these people, do y'all remember when I was bigging them up every day because they was doing good work? Every day I was bigging them up. Every day I was bigging up Until Freedom. Every day I was bigging up Tamika Mallory. Every day I was bigging up my son. Do y'all remember that? I was going to the events they was doing and bringing it to y'all. Do y'all remember that? So this is not a bias thing. This is not a me against them thing. I thought it was Until Freedom. It got worse. Where you niggas at? Who y'all want us to vote for next? Y'all want us to just vote against Trump. Y'all don't care who y'all put in office. Y'all don't care what kind of evil demonic shit they trying to do. Y'all don't care that they trying to turn our kids. Y'all don't care that they got drag queens. I don't know what to call them. They're calling them, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but they got men dressed up like women in lingerie going to schools with kindergartens, dancing in front of them and gyrating their butts and their balls in front of children. This is what my son and them told us to vote for. No, because trans and drag is probably two different things. Go look it up. I told you they just in here trying to just find the thing that I'm saying wrong. Trans and drag is two different things. While trans are people who are transitioning, drag is something else. Go look it up. And you wanna sound foolish again? Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Keep explaining to me how I'm wrong so I could go in on that comment. This is what you've been waiting for, right? You've been fishing, trying to find something, right? Trans and drag are two different things. The name of their organization is Until Freedom. Y'all voted the person into office that y'all stop asking me questions. Y'all voted the person into office that y'all wanted in office. Things got worse. Why y'all not calling them out? And just so we are being clear, I'm not saying everybody can't ask questions. I don't want him asking me questions anymore. Or her. I don't want to just assume your identity. Or they or them. Coincidentally, in the Bible, when Jesus cast the evil spirits out of the people and put them into the pigs, the evil spirits called themselves they and them. Legion. Now he's leaving because I won't allow him to change up our conversation because that's all he's trying to do. So now he's leaving. Peace. No bacon, no pork. All right? Don't say bacon. You can make bacon other things. They probably making bacon. I got a question. If vegans is saying that eating meat is so terrible, why are they trying to turn everything that's a vegetative thing into something that tastes like meat? I got that question. If meat is so terrible, why y'all making veggie burgers? Why y'all trying to make vegetables taste like meat? So yeah, no pork. I love beef bacon. Turkey bacon is also fine. No pork. Look, dude left. All he's been trying to do this whole entire time was change the conversation to something that he could be right about. Trying to, no, nigga. We talking about a thing. Talk about what we talking about. If you want to talk about other stuff with people in the chat, I'm fine with that. But you're not going to come in here and tell me what I can and can't talk about because I don't care who you are. I'll never talk to you again. I don't care who you are and I don't care what the consequences are. Pork is meat from a pig, period. Bacon is a way that you prepare a meat. So anything that comes from a pig that you're eating, that you're preparing to eat, in any fashion in which it's prepared is pork. The meat from a pig is just pork. Like the meat from a cow is just beef. Like the meat from a deer is just venison. But you can have bacon, which is from pork. You can have bacon, which is from venison. You can have bacon, which is from beef. You could have bacon, which is from damn near anything that you could get red meat out of. Yeah, basically. You have bacon from a turkey. You got chicken bacon, I'm assuming. I know you can have turkey bacon. Why not? It's the way that it's prepared. And I'm not yelling, just so we can be clear. I'm just trying to speak because we don't have a mic. So I'm trying to speak so I'm audible. You understand? I'm not attempting to yell at anyone, especially that dude. Yeah, you can eat turkey bacon. I mean, you can eat any bacon at all. But what up, Andrew Daly? But if you don't eat pork, if you don't eat pig, then don't eat pork bacon. But beef bacon you can eat. Why not? I love beef bacon, especially when it's crispy. I'm thinking about bacon. Bacon. I'm gonna say something, and this obviously has nothing to do with what we're talking about at the moment. But bacon, egg, and cheese, that's just a New York staple. And I wonder, like, are there any other cities that they really go hard with the bacon, egg, and cheese? Put it in the chat. I'm curious. That's like a New York staple. So when I used to work for my pops and when I used to work for flat rate and almost like most of my hard labor jobs that I worked, and I worked hard labor for at least like 25 years of my life. Hard labor. Most of my hard labor jobs, we go in the morning, go to the store, and you get a bacon, egg, and cheese. So I've probably ate a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich more than I've ate anything. Like anything. Because I'm eating one a day at least 4 to 5 days out of the week. For years. Shouldn't have to explain yourself or your meaning. We are not sensitive peeps around these parts. Appreciate you, Reginald. But I'm trying, fam. You know we got these people that come in here and always trying to start arguments. Frost, do you know any other documentary that's like What the Health? I haven't seen that documentary, so I would need to see it to know if there's anything that's like it. Dunbar, where's Dunbar? I'm right now. I want to eat healthier too. It's important. I can't wait to get to the point where I'm able to eat more vegetables, fruit specifically, but more fruits. I can't wait till I can get to that point where my finances line up with my lifestyle, and I'm able to, have a juicer in the house. I'm able to wake up to some juiced stuff. I love eating fruit, and I'm able to, eat fruit like twice a day. Supplant some of the meals that I'm eating, and I'm eating fruit instead. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? To get back to that area. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a win. But we working. I used to eat extremely healthy. Um, Ray J and Whack 100 is on the Rico as we speak. Somebody just put this into the in one of my comments. Could I see the whole comment they wrote? Hold on. I don't know. I'll look into that. We might do a video on that if it makes sense. I'll be trying to look at the comments that y'all leave on YouTube, and if any of them are, good references or good points or whatever, then I make a video on it. So that's how we get to some of the videos that we make for everybody that don't know. My Netflix is off at the moment. I need to re-up on my Netflix. I haven't had Netflix for like 2 months. My Netflix is off at the moment. But if y'all want to drop something in there so I can re-up on the Netflix, I'll go watch the bitch. My Netflix is off right now. All we got is Disney, Hulu, and HBO Max at the moment. And I think Netflix, by far, if you have to just have one, I'm not going to lie. I think Disney is the lowest on the list. And the reason why I say that is, and then we're going to get back to what we're talking about, but the reason why I say that is Netflix just has a wider variety of content. And Max has some, you can watch the NBA playoffs on Max. Shout out to John B. Salute. You can watch the NBA playoffs on Max. So you can watch live streaming on Max. That's absolutely incredible. And it's not more money. You're already paying for it. A lot of the Disney programming, you need a family to enjoy. I'm alone. I don't have a family. I do think the chick that I want wants me. So that's a win. But so I might be building a family soon. If my dreams are anywhere near true, I'm gonna be building a family pretty soon. Anyway, but that's a whole nother story. So Netflix might be the best to have if you're only gonna have one. But right now we don't have it. What else y'all want to talk about? Let's see what y'all want to talk about this morning. We into whatever we did. We did boom. The show's done. What y'all want to talk about this morning? Put it in the chat. This be weird. We looking at you like, what the fuck? Niggas really be just waking up trying to figure out ways to get into arguments with niggas. And then when you like, look, I don't want to argue, they keep trying. And then sooner or later they just be like, oh man, I'm mad at you. And then they leave. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. But as far as this Kendrick Lamar Drake thing goes, I don't know. I think I think Kendrick Lamar just has the better bars. I think Drake has the better, he's just more charismatic. But like I said before, Drake do a lot of shit I consider to be sus, man. Oh man, I'm pissed the Knicks lost yesterday. But I wasn't able to watch the game. Long story. So I'm going to tell you what I think happened. I think the NBA wants the Knicks to close them out in Philly. Anybody want to help me get a ticket? We'll go down there and be live. Remember, I could probably still cop a ticket right now. Remember, they not going to the games. A ticket is probably going to be like $100. I could probably go cop a ticket right now, jump on a fucking bus and go down there and watch that bitch. Y'all want to go to the damn 76ers, the Knicks game in Philly? The reason why I say this is this. Drop something in the Cash App and we're going to try to make it work. The reason why I say that is this. Listen, I think the NBA would like to close out this game with the Knicks on the road so you can see all of the New York fans cheering for the Knicks in the Philly arena. I think that turns the Knicks even higher on the list of teams that the NBA want to promote. And the higher you on that list for the teams that they want to promote, the more calls you get. It just is what it is. The more calls you get, and the further you advance. See, they not trying to promote LeBron no more. Because the same thing LeBron is going through is the same thing Jordan went through. There's just a point where they want to pass it on to the next players. Everybody forget Jerry Krause broke up the Chicago Bulls. He could have kept them together for another season and went after another ring. He just broke them up. Go look at The Last Dance. Them niggas are still good as hell. Why would Jerry Krause do that? Sorry, wait. What the fuck is this? So I think the reason why LeBron is going through what he's going, and but remember also, the Lakers get more free throws than any other team in the league, and it ain't close. The Lakers get more free throws than anybody else in the league, and it ain't close. Don't forget that part. Not even close. Don't forget that part. So I think the NBA wants the Knicks to go close them out in their arena where they're going to be down there in whatever Philly calls their arena. I forget what they call it. And you're going to see the crowd going bananas, and it's going to be all Knicks fans. That's a historic moment. Just saying. What y'all guys think? Put it in the chat. But now we could go to a game because the Knicks game is like $500 a damn ticket. But that game down in Philly, that's probably like $75, $80. We might be able to get in the building. Just saying. I think the arena is full like that. The niggas that's going to the games up here spending $500 is like, wait, I can only spend $80 and go to these. Shit, I'll buy 3 tickets. That's what these niggas is saying. How about the niggas that they tickets cost like $1,000 for 1 ticket? They like, what? And down there it's only $80 for the same. It's only $1.50 for the same ticket. So that's what I think the NBA wants. I think they want to see if that's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand what marketing is. What up, Trojan? Salute. I'm waiting for some of y'all to rejoin the green team, fam. I need that support to come back. I need y'all to rejoin the green team, fam. We need more green team guys. I might go shoot around today. I don't know. Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is just a good player. Tyrese Maxey is proof that that style that Harden plays is not going to win it for you. That dominate the ball, shoot is not going to win for you. You understand? We got to have ball movement. That's one of the main things I try to teach the kids is ball movement, and try to teach them when they should go on their man and when they should play team basketball, you know? So there's times that you're just going to get in a mismatch, or you're going to get in open space, or you're just going to have good positioning by the other players and for you to be able to go. And at that point, I usually yell to the kids, kill them. And right then, which one of them kids that got the ball, they don't think pass. They go at these motherfuckers. So I'm teaching the kids to know when to use their killer instinct. And I think that that's the problem with a person like Harden. When you just every play you're trying to kill the guy that you're going against. They don't understand how that works. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be a ball dominant player and play that way. And it's just you're just taking everybody else out the game. Just taking everybody else out the game. And that's always been Harden game, by the way. So that's why I've never really been a big Harden fan. I think he's skilled. But I think that if you put Harden in a couple of, he can't play in every era for one. Like a Kawhi, he could play in every era. I even think Paul George could play in most eras, if not every era. I don't think Kawhi can because I don't think, pardon me, I don't think, not Kawhi, I don't think Harden can because I don't think he has the ability to be, I don't think he has any ability to really be a team player. And when you go to certain eras like the 80s, you have to be a team player. So a lot of y'all think that some of these dudes is like, oh man, these guys the best. No, their stats are high because of the style of basketball that's being played right now. But if they went back to the 80s and they had to play that style of basketball where you had to pass, you had to move without the rock, they wouldn't be as successful. That's just my opinion. If you go back to the 90s where it was just so much defense, like, I don't think people really get it. The 90s had more defense than the 80s, really, to be honest with you. It was so much defense in the 90s. It was just because they was trying, for everybody that don't get it, the NBA was trying to prevent Jordan from winning a lot of. They weren't helping him as much as people think. He was getting beneficial calls and stuff like that. Don't get it confused. But the way that the rules was set up at that point, they were really, every time Jordan went to a finals, it was, this is finally the team that's going to beat him. You get it? Like, it wasn't Mike takes his next ring. It was, finally, we got a team that's going to beat him. You have to be there to understand this. Tell me where the lies at. Remember, when they went against Magic in them, that's probably the only time that they didn't have that. That was his first ring. His second ring, I believe, was against Portland, correct? What were they busy saying? They were saying that Drexler was better than Jordan. I can't be the only one that forgets this, that remembers this, pardon me. They were saying Drexler was better than Jordan because Jordan can't shoot the three and because Drexler could shoot the three. And in that series, Jordan set the record for most three-pointer shot when he hit 6 in a finals game. People forget that these things happen. So that's why when dudes just be talking sometime, I just be like, well, you don't really know what happened. Cool, though. I get it. I mean, you don't know what happened, so I can't really be but so angry at you. You just don't know what you're talking about, and you're not going to accept the fact you don't know what you're talking about. You're going to keep trying to, you know. It was one of those you had to be there moments. I don't know no other way to explain this. There's a lot of players that bit off of Jordan that are playing right now, but y'all think they biting off of Kobe. They're not biting off of Kobe. They're biting off of Jordan. Shout out to Cole. Rest in peace. The Mamba. Y'all know, I think he initially got that name for snitching on Shaq, by the way. I think they were calling him a snake because he snitched on Shaq. And then he just owned that shit. I think that's how he initially started getting called the snake. It wasn't because they were saying he was cold-hearted and cold-blooded and was a killer. I think it was because he snitched on Shaq. For everybody that don't know, when Kobe got in trouble in Colorado when they said that he raped that chick or whatever the case is, he came out and said I should do what Shaq do and just paid them off. I have no idea why he said that. But when he said that, a lot of people were like, Shaq was like, yo, what the fuck you bring me in this shit for? But when he said that, I think that's when they really started calling him a snake. People didn't like Kobe for, like, people was pissed off at Kobe for a minute. And then Kobe, I think that very same season, they went and won a chip. That very same season, they went and won the chip. So that part. And he was like absolutely phenomenal in the finals. Anybody remembers that, or is am I the only one that remembers that? I can't be the only one that consistently remembers these extremely important points in whatever the history of the thing that we're discussing. I can't be the only one that be remembering these shits. Anybody in here? Y'all done? We done for the day? Or y'all want to keep it going? What time is it? It's going on 11. We done for the day, or y'all want to keep it going? Let me know. All right, what y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Let me know what y'all want to discuss now then. I had some lady outside of my house filming my house. I opened the door and walked outside, and she walked over like she was trying to film the cars. So I think now that we came back to doing the lives inside of the house, the people that are trying to harass me are trying to figure out different ways to harass me and tell people that I'm crazy. So whenever I'm recording content or something like that, I think they're trying to record the outside of my house so they can tell people I'm talking to myself. This is not cap. This is not cap. I just remembered it because I hear some people outside talking. So this is not cap, man. They mad. They mad because I think they mad because I don't film on that street no more. I don't plan on going back over there to film on that street. Y'all don't want me over there, not a problem. So I don't plan on going back over there to film over there no more. Laundromat area. I actually watched one of the lives, and I don't really care for the backdrop anyway, to be honest with you. So I don't really care to go back over there. Unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessary problems. Especially if I go film outside over here, I get like a lot more love. You know, I'm not gonna say it like that. That's not fair. Because I get love over there. But I don't have to worry about certain people. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Like I don't gotta worry about certain hate. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? This is just not there. I film in the crib. I don't gotta worry about any of that. They gotta be outside somewhere, outside my house, being angry. So all right, so I guess we're done. We don't have any more comments. We're already 2 hours into the show. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna go eat me some some lunch, and then we're gonna try to get some content out. And got some other good stuff I don't want to tell nobody about because I don't want people to work towards trying to destroy it. So I got some other good stuff coming. I can't really tell you about. It's not even coming. It's stuff that is just happening good for me in my life. I would love to share with you guys, but I just at this point I don't feel comfortable sharing it. But I would love to share. It's just a lot of good things that's happening to me. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. Um, just a lot of good things. I think if he doesn't, the feud says, when you think Drake coming back, and do you think it's going to be a club type diss or an actual diss? I think that he has to drop something like freaking hit him up at this point. I think if it doesn't have that hit him up type of vibe, that eat the vibe, that animal vibe from Jadakiss, I think if it doesn't have that type of energy, he's wasting his time. I think it has to be powerful. I don't think he could be doing no sing along thing. I think that I didn't like the jump off that had all of those AI voices on it. I didn't like that. I didn't see that as creative. I saw that as a cop out. So just tell you what it is, man. think that was a cop-out. That's like somebody trying to use your content in order to say that they're good at something. Like, how, nigga? That don't make sense. If you was good at the thing, why aren't you using your own content? Obviously, you're not good at the thing. Obviously, you need somebody else for a crutch. And I felt like that was Drake needing other niggas as a crutch. Just saying. With that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed day. Go out there, do something worth doing in the world. Stamp God's name on it. Let people know that you come in the name of Christ. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Grown Spoilers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.